All right, in this video we're going to be going through and looking at setting up bi-directional communication between the Rails application and the native application and this is going to be all based on the running on the actual client itself. So to start off, we're going to actually look at this tab coordinator. So we're going to just kind of do something silly to get started. So we're going to do dispatch queue.main.async after, and we're going to do this. We'll do this in .not. We'll do this now plus 2 seconds. So 2 seconds after the page loads, then we are going to go into the session.webview and evaluate some custom JavaScript. So in here, we can do kind of anything we want, like normal JavaScript. We can do something like document.body.style.background equals green, and let's run that. And we're complaining because we need to grab self. Okay, so page loads. Oh, it's compiling. Webpacker. So this is probably going to fail, so let's try this again. We've been longer than 2 seconds. So 1, 2, there we go. We've got a green background. Probably is more prominent on, the other pages. Okay, cool. So this is working. But if we had to write all of our JavaScript that way, that'd be kind of awful. So let's go in here, and in our JavaScript, we are going to make a new folder, and we're just going to put in. So in here, we're going to just make a new file, and we'll call this bridge.js, and with this we're just going to do something like export default class bridge, and we're going to put a static function in here, hello world. And when you do this, it is just going to do something like document.body.inner HTML equals h1 hello world. All right, so we're going to do that, and then in our main application file, we're going to do import bridge from source bridge.js and window.bridge equals bridge, just to get it out there. All right, so that works. Now we can go over to here. Instead of putting our kind of hard-coded stuff, we do window.bridge .hello world. And let's kick off that. That will compile it. And let's rerun our application. So this is going to nuke all of our page content, but that's okay. It should be obvious when it runs. Perfect. Okay, so now we are communicating from the native app into the mobile app. On the client side using JavaScript. Okay. What we want to be able to do now is kind of communicate back. So here, let's actually make a few small changes. So if we go to the home, we can make the give us an ID. So we can go ID is page title. In here we can then do something like let title equal document.getElementById page title. So this is going to fail on the secondary pages. So we want to do if not title. We're just going to return. Bail out early. All right, and here we're actually going to change this to take a new title. And we can go in here and say title.inner text equals new title. All right, if we go back in here, we can say window.bridge.hello world from Turbo. And this is going to compile, so it's probably going to rerun the native side again because it's not going to be happy. All right, that page loaded. So we are compiled. And from the blog, from Turbo. Perfect. Okay, so we're able to send arguments from the native side to the JavaScript side. That's all working great. So let's now go and send something back. So to do this, we need to use the, we're going to add an extension on the tab coordinator, which is WK script message handler. So this has a did receive message function on it that we can override, and this is going to let us do stuff. So here we want to get the message, and if we spit out the body, that's gonna let us kind of tie into things. All right. So this is going to be called whenever a message comes in from the native side, but we still have to tie into that. So webview.configuration.usercontentcontroller.add. So this is where we can add different handlers. So we're going to add ourself, and that's because we support that delegate method. And here we put in this is a name. So this is, we can give different names for different tabs. This is where we probably create subclasses or some other configuration options. So we would have potentially one that's for the home page, one that's for the admin. We can namespace things basically. So we're going to come in here and we're going to say this is just the tab coordinator. All right. So that's everything we need on the native side. On the web side, we're going to come down here and go window.webkit.message handlers dot tab cord. This is going to be that namespace you use. We're going to post a message, and in here we can basically pass in kind of whatever object we want. So we could say name is from Hello World, and we could do something like, I don't know, secret, and this is going to be math.random, super secret. All right, let's get that compiling, and let's get this compiling. All right. All right, let's run that again and let's see what that message body is. 1, 2, there we go. So we got name from Hello World, secret is the number there. So now we can actually do some stuff with that. So let's go in here and go guard let body equal message dot body as a string to any, and let's let secret equal body secret as double, else we're going to return. But if we do get that message improperly, we're going to do, I don't know, root view controller dot tab bar item dot title equals secret. So we're going to set the tab title to whatever that random number is that we generate. And boom, there we go. We got that nice, beautiful 0.68, etc. for our tab title. So, yeah, this basically is where this is where you can kind of go crazy. So, we could do something in here where we go and do fetch, whatever, to post to our server. And this here would get our session from because we're already signed in, so we'd be good to go as long as we're just doing standard posting. We can just use the normal JavaScript stuff. So our native app doesn't need to be aware of anything going on the JavaScript side. We can basically just kind of take advantage of those things. We could also do something like when we trigger from a JavaScript side a request for a push notification token, and then we can push that token to our server using a AJAX call from the JavaScript side. So we can make the request in, get the authorization, get the token back onto our JavaScript side, and then we can push that to the server, and now we can do push notifications. So there's lots of options there, and this kind of gives us that framework to start doing some of that functionality.